This is Beyond the Big Screen podcast with your host, Steve Guerra.
Here is another Beyond the Big Screen teaser for episodes coming soon. I hope you enjoy and definitely tune in for future episodes. If you want to learn more, you can head over to beyondthebigscreen.com. You can also send me an email to steve@a2zhistorypage.com or follow us on social media by searching for A2Z History. I will see you next time beyond the big screen. Watch this movie. It feels like it's Galileo versus the heliocentric view of the Earth revolving around the sun.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with what was going on in a really specific time period of late antiquity in Egypt. I don't know why he picked that particular point in time. I think it's because you could have Rachel Weisz in there. But other than that, there's no reason for him to pick the setting of late antiquity Egypt, because he just didn't use that at all, except as a cudgel to bash Cyril of Alexandria.
Yeah, it's, that's the definite vibe too, where if you asked Hypatia what she believed, it would probably be something similar to monotheism, I guess, as a Neoplatonist, that there's some abstract idea of a god as a prime mover. But it's always, this is just, I think ahistorical stuff is always, okay, I see myself and my ilk as the good guys. And so I'm going to essentially project myself into the past. And this is the exact beating I gave Kingdom of Heaven, the Crusader movie, where Orlando Bloom is a socially conscientious metropolitan young man from the 21st century Brooklyn who wants interreligious harmony in the Crusades.
Yes.
And Hypatia, if you actually hung out with her, I don't think, what's a story where to prove that there was a story of unrequited love, and she gave him a menstrual lag and said, "This is who I am," showing that she is pure matter and substance, and this is something that has to be transcended. So the point I'm getting at is that she would have some ideas that would be a little bit off-putting, so don't completely hitch your cart to her horse. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, they did a lot of simplifying, but like you said in the movie, all Christian fanatics are lumped together and as one monolithic group working with the same worldview and motivation. That the Barabulani and the monks were not the same. In the movie, but the Barabulani and the monks were the same. Both were violent, both follow Cyril's commands as a loyal army would, and both are very fanatical in their views. The reality is the Barabulani and the monks were very different. The Barabulani started as a guild to transport the sick and the dying throughout the city. But by the time of Cyril, ended up being more or less the Bishop of Alexandria, private militia. They got paid a salary, and their job was to enforce the will of the bishop. So this could be the confiscation of a church used by a heretical sect, or, for example, providing muscle in the conflict with the Jews. So as a private militia, their motivation varied. But generally speaking, it was a job that they get paid for, and they essentially followed directions. These guys were between 600 and 1,000 at the most, respectable number, but nothing that would ever challenge the garrison of Alexandria or even attempt to quell a riot.